Hello traders, welcome to the Monday forecast, beginning of the week. I had a really good trade on the pound, which we will go over later. But first let's take a look at the Euro US dollar as usual. So for this one we got this open and a little gap. So not a big gap, but then we got a huge push down. So looks like the dollar is gaining some serious strength and all of the other pairs are losing strength against the dollar, and everything looks to be going down. So we had a large push down, but then we got an aggressive retrace back up, which is signaling to us volatility and that maybe the move has overextended. Usually when we get this sort of a V reversal in two candles, it just creates a larger range, or it even aggressively reverses to the upside, like something like this. So we just get a reversal to the upside. For me currently this is volatile. Let's see how a stop loss would look like. So a 12 pip stop, yeah, it's very volatile price action, so I'm being more patient, and especially Mondays and Tuesdays are predominantly range bound days, so I am definitely being more patient with taking any sort of a setup. So if we do continue down, I will be looking for a trade. If we do continue with a nice downtrend, then get a nice flag or break and retest. Of course, if we do get a larger range here, which we are now starting to get a range, then we need to be careful about the liquidity areas, so below and above the range. We need to see how the price reacts in these areas. So if it moves up and reverses, then I will be looking for also flag setups or break and retest setups. I am most likely not going to be looking for an ascending or a descending since I would just kind of wait for the price action to clear up and maybe wait for a Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is kind of the days that I take most of the trades. Those are the most high probability days. So to be honest, I'm just being more patient. I'm seeing volatility and I'm just waiting the market out. Now for the euro and the Japanese yen, kind of a similar story where we had this drop and then a straight reversal. Let's see how a stop loss would look like in these conditions. So very small stop loss, very volatile price action we have now. So we broke the low retraced, then broke the high retraced, which usually signals to us a larger range, again with the V reversal also an indication a larger range will happen, something like this. So what I'm waiting for is trend up or trend down, and for the price to clear up. If we get a trend up or a trend down, then I will be starting to look for some entries. It all depends on how the price action looks like and if the volatility has died down. I would also for EJ be looking for a descending and then a reversal to the upside, since we are kind of getting a descending right here in this price action. So right here we are having a descending structure, so I'll definitely be paying attention to that sort of a descending formation. If this starts to ascend, then that's a big warning sign. So that's a big warning sign, a larger range will happen. And if we start to ascend from here, I'm most likely not going to be looking for any trades. So my best bet for the euro and the Japanese yen is to get a clean descending that is part of this descending structure, or a trend up or a trend down, a nice large impulse, and then a break and retest trade or maybe a flag. Those would be some of the best opportunities for Monday and Tuesday. All of the other setups kind of don't work out, so I'm mostly focusing on that high probability, high momentum setups. Then we come to the Aussie ones, so Aussie and the US dollar. It looks messy, we have gapped down. I was not in any trades prior, so there were no potential entries, even no break and retests, no flags, so kind of no sense to go over that. So we broke the low here, retraced, broke the low again, got some momentum, but then got this V that we got on all the pairs. So expecting a range, because we broke the low retraced, broke the high retraced again, left a really huge wick. So when we get a huge wick like this, I'm expecting a larger range. So something like this. And of course I'm a trend trader, I'm not trading the range, so that would be a big warning sign. What I'm looking for is I'm potentially looking for this descending to clean up a bit like this, and then for that nice reversal to the upside, something like this to get a nice clean reversal. That would be a good opportunity. If you get an ascending, then that would be a descending into an ascending, which is a big warning sign. Also, if we get a push up, then get some entries, we'll be looking to get into that, or a push down, nice flag break and retest. Let's see how maybe the stop loss looks like. So the stop loss looks okay, there is not that much volatility on AU. I'm definitely looking for a trade if a setup happens. So that's about it for this one. Moving on to the Aussie and the Japanese yen, which looks a bit messier. So we know the Japanese pairs have been really volatile. We had this huge move. So 250 pip move. Very large move. We had a huge wick down. Then we kind of descended, broke the low retraced, broke the high retraced, broke the low retraced again. So really bad price action, really not showing us anything and giving us indication a larger range will happen like this. So definitely expecting that larger range, and I'm not trading a range. I'm also looking for a descending and then a reversal. Now reversals don't really tend to work out, but if it's really clean, I will be interested in taking it, since the overall price action is descending, but I don't really see this setting up. If we just ascend, then that's a big warning sign, a larger range will happen, because it would be a descending into an ascending, as on all of the other pairs, kind of very similar analysis. Again, looking for that large momentum, looking for that nice conviction, nice clean closes, no wicks. This is a very wicky price action. We see a huge wick here, wicks here, wick here, double wicks here, just wicks everywhere, which is a big warning sign that the price action is not ready to trend and that a larger range will happen. So then we come to the pound, which I am in a short from I think this level, yeah. So with a 16 pip stop, and let me take this back and do a quick analysis. So right here, what I was seeing on the pound, I was seeing a large momentum down, I was seeing a small pullback. We got wicks to the upside, signaling weakness to the upside, and that the price wants to continue. No momentum shift in this pullback, and we broke down, closed, not a big wick, so a nice close. And the close was really small, but it fit my plan because of the prior price action. So the prior price action was a large momentum, a small pullback, and then a one candle continuation. So that's a textbook setup I'm looking for on the pound. Usually they work out and they do very good, and this is exactly what was on my radar. It's kind of the only setup I'm looking for on the pound, because they are the only thing that works out. Flags don't really work, and smaller continuations with smaller momentum also tend to fail. So this is like a textbook setup. Maybe the close for some traders was not enough. For me it was. I did like it, and then the price just tagged me and I had it. So I had it 1 pip below the inside bar, which was right here, and now it did tag me in on my personal, but on FTMO it didn't, which is not a big disappointment, but it is a bit disappointing because, yeah, it's only on my personal. Now I am really glad that the trade did tag me in on my personal, so that's good, and is now running in some nice profit. But as I said, on my FTMO it didn't tag, it missed me by I think less than a pip or something like that. So maybe I need to do something with the trade copier for it to execute my trades straight from IC markets and not rely on FTMO spreads. So yeah, then the price continued down and is now running in some nice profit. So I did move my stop loss to, where did I move it to? I think I moved it to right here. Yeah, so right somewhere around here. So 10.5% locked in, or maybe even more, and it was running at some point at around 40%, which was pretty crazy, and is now at 18%, something like that. So really good trade, and I really liked the entry setup. After that I got no opportunity to scale in, we gapped down and then just exploded down, and now we're kind of getting a huge reversal. Now usually this reverses up, so that's unfortunate, but it happens. So usually when we get this large move and then this wick and then aggressive retrace like this one, we usually reverse up, or we just create a larger range in this general area. Now that's very normal. It is what it is. This is a large candle. There was no opportunity to reduce risk, so my risk is still above this most recent high. And yeah, if it does take me out, I will still be in heavy profit, so that's really good. Now, to look for any scale-ins, this would need to break the low with momentum, and then I would need to get another break and retest setup like this. That's kind of, as I said, the only thing I'm looking for on the pound. So I'm not looking for any reversals or anything like that. Now usually when we get a V reversal like this, we usually range around here and then continue up. Now if we do continue and get a nice break and retest, I will definitely be looking for a trade to go long if this sort of a setup happens. So very simple. On the pound I'm looking for a break and retest to a downside or a break and retest to the upside, and the price action does look really volatile at the moment. Let's see the stop. It was 16 pips, so yeah, it looks really volatile. I would maybe then reconsider. Right here it did not look as volatile. The stop loss still looked okay, but right here we saw major volatility. So that's about it for the pound. Now we come to the New Zealand and the Japanese yen, and this looks descending and ranging in this area right here. So not looking that good. So we are descending here, but then started to range, which is a warning sign. We got volatility, as I said, on all of the Japanese pairs right here, and then it is descending. So I was looking for a trade at this point. I did have an order on for the New Zealand and the Japanese yen right here. I saw a descending, and then I saw a reversal to the upside. I saw a clean close. There were a couple of things going for this trade. First one was that we were just breaking the lows and leaving wicks, which you can see here, broke the low, left the wick. So wick here, broke the low, left the wick, broke the low, left the wick, and we saw a range here ascending into a descending structure. So we saw a clear liquidity area being taken out below the range. That's exactly what I'm always blabbering about, the liquidity areas to the upside and the liquidity areas to the downside. So yeah, I did have an order on at this point, but I didn't get tagged in because we then formed a wick to the upside, removed the order, and then the price continued to descend. So right here, right now, I'm looking for more of a cleaner descending and then a reversal up like this, or I'm looking for a large momentum up and a break and retest, or a large momentum down, a break and retest, or a flag, or whichever continuation pattern we get. So same as the Aussie Japanese yen, kind of. The analysis is really similar. So that's it for the forecast. Great geo trade, finally a nice running trade. I did not have a good trade for a very long period of time now. Didn't get tagged on FTMO, but only on the personal, but it is what it is, it happens. That's about it for the forecast and the trade recap. Do be careful, volatility on some of the pairs, and the markets are heavily moving, so I would be on my toes this week, especially on the latter part of the week, to look for some trends, and then we can get in those nice continuations. So that's it, and I'll see you guys in the next forecast.